Lu Yuan, 252 to 310, a Xiongnu, was the founding emperor of the Han state during the 16 Kingdoms period of the Eastern Jin dynasty. Lu Yuan was a descendant of Modu Chanyu, who, 174 BC, was a hero in Xiongnu history, unifying the northern grasslands of the Asian continent for the first time and establishing a powerful and prosperous Xiongnu empire. Chanyu was a special title used by the Xiongnu people for their tribal confederation leader. Modu Chanyu married a princess from the imperial family of the Central Plains dynasty, the daughter of Emperor Gaozu of Han, Liu Bang, and formed a brotherly alliance with Liu Bang. Consequently, his descendants adopted Liu as their Han Chinese surname. At the end of the Eastern Han dynasty, Lu Yuan's grandfather, Yufuluo, 150 to 196, led troops into the Central Plains to assist the Han court in suppressing local rebellions. Later, Yufuluo surrendered to the warlord Cao Cao and ended up settling in Hedong, present-day southwestern Shaanxi province. Lu Yuan's father, Liu Bao, was appointed as the leader of the left division when Cao Cao divided the southern Xiongnu into 5 divisions. The left division consisted of over 10,000 households and was settled in Zishur County, Taiyuan, present-day southeast Fenyang, Shaanxi. Lu Yuan was considered a third-generation Xiongnu immigrant. The Xiongnu tribe to which Lu Yuan belonged had been living in Han territory for a long time and was highly Sinicized. From an early age, Lu Yuan studied under renowned local scholars, learning Confucian classics and the teachings of various philosophical schools. He also trained in military affairs, excelling in martial arts, with outstanding archery skills and exceptional physical strength. Between 264 and 265, Lu Yuan, leveraging his father's high-ranking official background, qualified for an official position and resided in Luoyang, the political, economic, and cultural center of the Central Plains. Luoyang was the capital of the Qiao Wei regime and later the Western Jin dynasty. As an adult, Lu Yuan stood at an impressive height of 196.8 centimeters, with a robust physique and distinguished appearance. Gifted with both literary and martial talents, he became a celebrated figure among the aristocracy and bureaucracy of Luoyang, admired by the youth and elites of the time. Even Emperor Wu of Jin, Sima Yan, praised Lu Yuan's appearance and abilities after conversing with him. However, due to Lu Yuan's Xiongnu immigrant background, despite being frequently recommended and praised by high-ranking court officials, he was never fully trusted by the emperor and was ultimately denied the opportunity to serve the Western Jin dynasty. In 291, less than a year after Emperor Wu of Jin, Sima Yan, passed away. An unprecedented upheaval erupted across the Central Plains due to an internal conflict within the Sima imperial family over control of the central government. As the armed forces of various factions within the Western Jin dynasty were nearly exhausted, they were forced to hire cavalry from the nomadic tribes of the steppes to participate in the war, which ultimately spiraled out of control. The Western Jin dynasty collapsed, the Sima imperial family was completely driven out of the Central Plains, and the region became a battleground for various warlords from different ethnic minority groups. In 304, Lu Yuan aligned himself with Prince of Chengdu, Sima Ying, in Yi City to confront Prince of Donghai, Sima Yu. The Xinbei and Wuhuan cavalry under Sima Yu's younger brother, Sima Teng, the inspector of Bingzhou, were formidable and battle-hardened. Sima Ying estimated that Yi City would be difficult to defend against their assault and initially planned to abandon the city and retreat to Luoyang. However, persuaded by Lu Yuan, he decided to encourage and reassure his troops to stand their ground and defend Yi City together. At the same time, he appointed Lu Yuan as the Northern Chanyu and military advisor to the prime minister, and sent him back to the 5 Xiongnu divisions to rally warriors and join the battle in order to resist the attacks of Sima Ting's Xianbei and Wuhuan cavalry. Lu Yuan returned to the settlement of the 5 Xiongnu divisions, where he was honored as the Grand Chanyu by his granduncle Lu Xian and other tribal elders. In just 20 days, Lu Yuan gathered over 50,000 warriors and concentrated them at Lishur, present-day Lishur County, Shaanxi. However, just as he was preparing to head to Yi City, he received news that Sima Ying had been defeated in battle and had fled south to Luoyang. Deeply disappointed, Lu Yuan remarked, "Sima Ying did not heed my advice. At the first sign of defeat, he fled to Luoyang. What a coward." but since I have given him my word, I cannot abandon him. At this time, Lu Xian and others took the opportunity to repeatedly persuade Lu Yuan to raise an army and establish his own rule, to which Lu Yuan strongly agreed. However, considering that the Jin people might not fully support him due to his Xiongnu immigrant background, he proclaimed his cause under the banner of overthrowing Jin and restoring Han. He established the state name as Han, declared himself king of Han, and set the capital at Zhuge City. The Chao Wei regime and the subsequent Western Jin dynasty did not last long, whereas the Han dynasty had ruled for an extended period and left a deep impression of benevolence on the people. Lu Yuan's ancestor, Modu Chanyu, had married a princess from the imperial family of Emperor Gaozu of Han, Lu Bang, and had formed a brotherly bond with him. As a result, his descendants adopted Lu as their Han surname. Lu Yuan claimed to be a nephew of the Han imperial Lu family, and the people of Bingzhou, where Xiongnu and Han had lived together for many years, covering most of present-day Shaanxi province, as well as parts of Hebei and Inner Mongolia, believed it to be true. Although Lu Yuan was honored as the Grand Chanyu by Lu Xian and other tribal elders, who hoped he would restore the glory of the former Xiongnu Khaganate, the monarchy of the nomadic people, Lu Yuan had grander ambitions. He sought to seize control of the Central Plains and become the dominant power in the region. Lu Yuan modeled his governance after the system of the Western Jin, establishing positions such as Chancellor, Grand Minister of Justice, and Grand Commander, while also implementing a system of civil and military officials similar to that of the Han dynasty. He also built ancestral temples, where he worshipped Han Emperor Gaozu Lu Bang, Han Emperor Guangwu Lu Xiu, and other Lu family rulers from past dynasties. Lu Yuan's personal charisma attracted anti-Jin forces from all regions and ethnic backgrounds, many of whom were powerful warriors or well-learned scholars of the time. He welcomed all who came to him, appointing them to official positions and entrusting them with important responsibilities. Later generations praised Lu Yuan for his ability to employ the wise and accept counsel, being respectful, frugal, diligent, and demonstrating the qualities of a great ruler of China. Lu Yuan deeply cared for and valued his soldiers. Whenever a battle ended and unfavorable news reached the camp, Lu Yuan would dress in simple clothes and wait outside the camp early, expecting the returning troops. He never reproached the soldiers who had lost the battle. Instead, he would inquire about their well-being and show concern for them. He swiftly replenished the ranks, horses, and weaponry, ensuring that the troops' combat strength was renewed. Lu Yuan's son, Lu Chong, and his nephew, Lu Yao, were both accomplished in literature and martial arts, known for their bravery and skill in battle. They followed Lu Yuan in leading the army and achieved significant military successes. Several previously unknown leaders of the rebel forces, after being trained under Lu Yuan, later became renowned generals and commanders during the 16 Kingdoms period, making their mark in history. Under Lu Yuan's command, the Han state made significant progress in its wars against the Jin. In October 308, Lu Yuan officially ascended to the throne as emperor and moved the capital to Pingyang. This further enhanced the political influence of the Han state in the Central Plains. Influenced by Confucian culture, Lu Yuan believed that a ruler should treat the people with kindness and bestow favors, as this would help win the hearts of the people. In governing the state and leading the military, Lu Yuan tried his best to restrain excessive killing, plundering, and burning, while encouraging the recruitment of scholars and striving to win the people's loyalty. However, despite Lu Yuan adhering to the traditional standards of Chinese rulership, most of the Xiongnu nobility, many of his ministers, and generals had not yet fully assimilated into Han culture, and their primitive, barbaric habits were difficult to suppress. After a battle, Lu Yuan's general, Qiao Shi, killed Jia Hun, the prefect of Jieshou County under the Western Jin, and then attempted to take Jia Hun's wife, Zongshi, as his own. When Zongshi refused, Qiao Shi killed her as well. Upon learning of this, Lu Yuan was furious and said, "If there is justice in the heavens, Qiao Shi will be cut off from having descendants." He then demoted Qiao Shi by 4 ranks and ordered Jia Hun's body to be recovered and buried with full honors. In March 309, Lu Yuan learned from the defector from the Western Jin, Zhu Dan, that the defense of the Jin capital, Luoyang, was weak. Lu Yuan then appointed Zhu Dan as the vanguard commander and the Han royal family general Lu Jing as the grand commander, and launched a surprise attack on Luoyang. Initially, the campaign went smoothly. However, after Lu Jing achieved victories at Liang and Yanjin, his bloodthirsty nature led him to slaughter over 30,000 civilians, men, women, and children, and drown them in the Yellow River. Upon hearing this news, Lu Yuan was furious and said, "How can Lu Jing still have the face to see me? He slaughtered innocent people, and the heavens will not tolerate this. What I sought to eliminate was only the Sima family, not the common people." He then demoted Lu Jing to the position of general for pacifying barbarians and called off the attack on Luoyang. In the summer of the same year, Lu Yuan sent Lu Chong, Wang Mi, and Shirlu to capture the strategic military strongholds of Huguan, present-day Huangyan, south of Shaanxi, Tunliu, south of Tunliu, Shaanxi, and Changzi, Shaanxi, where they beheaded 19,000 enemies. In August, Lu Chong was ordered to launch a southern campaign against Luoyang. His army advanced rapidly and reached Yiyang in Hongnong County, 100 miles from Luoyang, present-day west of Yiyang, Henan. Confident in his swift victories, Lu Chong failed to set up adequate defenses. In September, the prefect of Hongnong, Yuan Yan, feigned surrender and launched a night attack on Lu Chong. Lu Chong was severely defeated and had no choice but to retreat. In November, Lu Yuan once again sent Lu Chong, Lu Yao, Wang Mi, Lu Jing, and other commanders with an elite cavalry force of 50,000 to attack Luoyang. At the time, Lu Chong was stationed about 33 kilometers away in Yiyang. The Western Jin did not anticipate that the Han army would strike so soon, catching them off guard. Lu Chong's forces advanced to the West Ming Gate, southwest of Luoyang. However, the Jin defenders fought to the death, and the siege was unsuccessful. With no other choice, Lu Yuan ordered a retreat. In the first half of 310, Lu Yuan concentrated his forces to sweep through the surrounding areas of Luoyang, targeting the Jin military and local armed factions. The Han army made significant progress. The local residents, suffering from the chaos of war, rallied together to burn government offices and kill local officials in response to Lu Yuan's cause. In 310, on July 9, just as the effort to overthrow the Jin and restore the Han reached its peak, Lu Yuan suddenly fell seriously ill. On August 29, Lu Yuan passed away at the age of 58, after ruling for only 7 years. In June 311, just 3 months after ascending to the throne, Lu Chong sent Lu Yao, Wang Mi, and his son, King of He Lu Kan, to lead the army and join forces with Shirlu to conquer Luoyang, capturing the Jin Emperor Huai, Sima Chi. In 316, Lu Chong sent Lu Yao to break through Chang'an and capture the Jin Emperor Min, Sima Yi. With the fall of the Western Jin, the Central Plains came under the control of the Han state. Lu Yuan's goal of overthrowing the Jin, restoring the Han, and eliminating the Sima family was finally achieved, and Lu Chong became the dominant power in the Central Plains.